marvelous adventures of Mr. Magoo.
Oh, yeah. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, the hero of our story is Robin Hood. And as you know, Robin is famous for taking from the rich and giving to the poor. But I've been thinking about it, and it seems that this theory has some flaws. Now, I have two gentlemen here who will help me illustrate. One of them has a bag of gold, and he is rich. And I take the bag of gold from that gentleman and give it to this gentleman who is poor. Yes. Now watch what happens.
I'm rich. I'm poor.
You see what I mean? Now I take this gold and give it back to this gentleman.
I'm poor.
I'm rich.
It works every time. And now you can see why it kept Robin Hood busy for years in... What? What? Where? The gold! No, they've gone. And stop thieves! This isn't a giveaway program. Oh, bring back that gold! Oh, I'm ruined. You can't trust anybody.
Hold, my friend. Whither away?
To town, knave, if it's any of your affair.
No doubt to cheat and steal and lie your way to more riches. In that case, you'll not need that bag of gold hanging from your belt. Hand it over, and quickly...
But I...
Methinks there's something awry with his speech, Little John. Perhaps a good shaking will set him right.
Oh. Put me down! Put me down, I say! Put me down!
Put him down, Little John, gently.
We thank you, noble sire, and the poor people of Nottingham thank you also.
Be not afraid of me. I am called Friar Tuck, and I am the spiritual leader of this band of merry men. Be not ashamed of the fight you fought. You were outnumbered. If you have aught to be ashamed of, it is that you fought on behalf of a greedy, grasping man who grinds his foot into your necks.
He is a cheating, penny-pinching tyrant.
But 'tis work. We'll give you work, man. Robin Hood could use your stout heart and strong arms. Aye, and he would be pleased to have you join these lusty men, you see, disporting themselves in song and game. But come, let me tell you how I chanced to meet Robin Hood. At first, young Rob was alone. The king's deer he slew for food. And then one day, while stalking a deer, I say hasty pudding, and I say meat pie when flavored with young onions.
Gramercy. A tantalizing speech to a hungry man. Hey, Friar! Carry me over the water, or I cannot answer for your safety.
Put down your bow, and I will. 'Tis our duty in life to help each other.
Go, Sir Hoss. I am much beholden to you.
Beholden, say you, sir? And by my faith you shall repay the score. Needs must you now carry me back across.
Now, Friar, what say the scriptures that you quote so glib, eh? Be not weary of well-doing. Carry me across again, or I swear I'll make cheesecloth of your robe.
I see that the waters of the stream have not quenched your spirit. Once more will I bend my back to the oppressor.
Ye villain! You psalm-singing hypocrite! Come but within reach of my sword arm, and Friar or no, I'll shave your tonsure closer than ever bald-pated monk was shaved before.
Ah, soft you and fair. Hard words are cheap. And would you like a bout with swords? Meet me halfway in the stream.
Oh, you
Oh, you hit me.
Ah, the paper box!
Oh, you're fired. Up, lad, unless you enjoy bathing fully clad.
Now, by my troth, you are the fairest swordsman that I've ever met.
And you the finest these old eyes have ever beheld.
Take my hand, Friar, for sure as men call me Robin Hood, I am strangely drawn to you.
Robin Hood? Are you indeed that famous yeoman? Oh, but I have long wanted to meet you. Yes, I know your story well.
And you? What are ye called?
I am but a poor friar, a Tuck of Fountain's Abbey.
Friar Tuck. You look like the kind of man I've been seeking, Friar. Will you join me? I have need of you, Friar, of your stout arm and your holy thoughts.
Ha! That I will. And once more shall I cross this much-beforded stream, and go with you to the good greenwood. And this was the beginning of Robin Hood's band. I was the first, but ere long we were joined by a towering giant named John Little. Robin and he had a misunderstanding about who should cross a narrow bridge first. Robin lost a little discussion, but John Little joined with Robin and me and was immediately dubbed Little John by Robin. And then came Alan Dale, the musician of our merry group, and the stalwart Much, the miller's son, and Will Scarlet, so called because he always wore clothes of that hue. Hi, my lad. Join up with us and live like free men and know that you are doing good.
Good? Robin Hood?
Ah, yes, Robin Hood. Hast ever wondered why he lives here in Sherwood? Why he became an outlaw? Hast ever asked thyself why he despoils the rich to give to the poor? He was not born an outlaw, you know. No, he was not born with a price upon his head. Once he was a happy, carefree lad, with the whole world before him. His name was Robin Fitzooth, and from childhood his playmate, and later his own true love, the winsome Maid Marian, ward of the Sheriff of Nottingham, a harsh and oppressive and greedy man.
Why are ye not down there in place of the foresters, whelp?
Because, Lord Sheriff, your ward, Maid Marian, prefers his company to mine.
Yeah. Since when have others' wishes mattered to Guy of Gisborne?
A long time, Lord Sheriff. But a woman is different. If she not give of herself willingly, then she be not worth the having or the taking.
I like not that lad, nor his haughty father.
But thou likest the forester's lands, eh? Hugh Fitzooth's holdings would make you the richest man in all the Shire.
I have dreamed for years of possessing his lands.
Methinks there is a way to solve your problem and mine.
You talk and say naught. Out with it, man. How may I get me heart's desire?
The same way I will get the maid Marian for mine own. We will rid ourselves of these knavish Fitzooths once and for all.
Hast forgot the man is the king's own forester?
Which king, my lord sheriff? King Richard has departed for the Crusades, and Prince John hath shown both you and me favor.
Aye, but to kill without fair cause.
Who spoke of killing? I but suggest a Forester Fitzooth be guilty of high treason.
Treason?
A traitor's lands are forfeit, are they not? And once we have disposed of Fitzooth, and you have his lands for yours, the son will be an outcast. And your ward, maid Marian, will be mine own.
Traitor? It cannot be.
That is for the king, I mean Prince John himself to decide, when all the evidence is laid before him.
What evidence? My father is a loyal subject of the king, forester of his royal preserves. He has committed no wrongdoing.
Nay, Rob, 'twill help nothing if you brawl. We must put our faith in truth and justice.
You'd best put your faith in our liege lord Prince John.
He is no liege lord of mine. Richard is my king.
Quiet, dog! Speak when spoken to by your betters.
Someday, Gisborne, we shall meet on equal terms.
Ha! Wilt have to be born again, my handsome peasant, in order to be equal with me.
Enough! Take the prisoner to the dungeon.
Nay, father, they shall not.
Be comforted, my son. I know not how this false rumor of my disloyalty to the crown started, but be assured 'twill be quickly put at rest. We Fitzooths possess an ancient and an honored name. I have never tarnished it. I know ye will not.
I promise that, father.
How touching. Take him away.
Events moved swiftly. At once safe in his castle fortress, the sheriff had Hugh Fitzooth thrown into the deepest dungeon.
I claim my right as a freeborn Englishman to see my accuser face to face.
Be silent, Forester. You will face your accuser soon enough.
Was that wise, my lord sheriff? To tell the man he would meet his accuser? 'Tis his right, and not even Prince John can prevent it.
But I did not say when he would face his accuser, and who can tell what will happen before that day?
In other words, he remains a prisoner
Until he dies. No one knows of his presence save you and I.
and the whelp.
I would he tried something. 'Twould be the excuse I need to finish the Fitzooth clan once and for all.
Know ye, lads, that to have a man as powerful as the High Sheriff of Nottingham for an enemy is to very nearly seal your fate. From the land of the accursed Saracens, our true King Richard the Lionhearted could oversee nothing. In his stead, his half-brother John ruled as regent, and the surest way to incur his displeasure was to remain loyal to his brother Richard. Poor Hugh Fitzooth could look for neither mercy nor justice from this pro tem ruler of our England. And this, of course, is what the sheriff and Gisborne were counting on.
Why so pensive, lass?
I think you know, Sir Guy. My heart is heavy for Hugh Fitzooth.
Pity for a traitor, milady.
No one has come forward to so denounce him, sir.
One will. Never fear.
You Fitzooth is a loyal Englishman, and his son is my betrothed.
Your loyalty does you credit, Marion. But wouldst marry a penniless, landless yeoman?
I wouldst marry whom I choose. And I do not choose Guy of Gisborne.
She will speak softer and be more subdued once I have settled with that forester's cub.
But not a day passed that Robin was not pleading his father's case before the sheriff. But the lad's efforts were all, and alas, always, in vain.
Sir, the traitor's whelp gets his just deserts.
I know you. The caitiff churl who stole my father's place.
His place, you say? His place is on the gallows. And belike you'll join him there, my bedraggled young braggart. How say you, my cockerel? Wear you this quiver for more than decoration?
Try me.
And try him the head forester forthwith did. He little recked of Robin's skill, but soon found himself the butt of the onlooker's jests, as the good lad outscored him, with every shot.
Well done, lad. On shooting! You'll pay for this, you churl. This means the gallows for you.
And in that moment, poor Robin knew the full extent of his rashness. Caution bade him flee without delay. And so ended the life of Rob Fitzooth, and so began the career of Robin Hood of Sherwood Forest.
Good, Friar. 'Tis a passing good story you tell. But what of poor Hugh Fitzooth? Was he ever faced with his accusers?
Alas, nay. The sheriff and Gisborne had done their evil work too well. And when he died, the poor abused yeoman was buried in a potter's grave in the dark of the moon. And no one even knew the place. Now, lads, wouldst not wish to meet Robin and all the other merry men? Tell me, what say ye?
I say yes, and devil take that greedy tyrant, Sir Guy of Gisborne.
Ha ha, good lads!
My Lord Sheriff, only today was I accosted in Sherwood Forest by that knave Robin Hood. He emptied my purse and captured my guards. How long are you going to countenance this outlawry?
Think ye I do not toss and turn at night, thinking of ways of capturing Robin Hood?
But you have an army at your command.
Aye, an army. And we set out for Sherwood Forest, where the outlaw knows every tree and bush, every blade of grass. What we need, Gisborne, is a plan to entice Robin to visit us. Honey to draw the bee. If I could... I have it, Gisborne. A tourney. An archer's tourney. I warrant thee 'twill draw the outlaw as sure as a wounded stag draws wolves. And that not be enough, I will award a bag of gold to the winner.
An archer's tourney to be held in the castle green on Whitsuntide.
All archers welcome. 100 pieces of gold to the winner. What thinkst thou, Chief Magistrate Tack?
Well, only that whither thou goest, so goest I.
Who has said I'm going anywhere?
You didn't have to, my son. I saw your expression. You cannot resist a challenge to your marksmanship.
Nor that 100 pieces of gold, Friar. Think how many families we can help with that much coinage.
Take heed, Rob, and thou too, Friar. I like this not.
Nor I, my giant friend. I can only hope that we are wrong.
Then why let him go?
Since when did anyone stay Robin Hood from his own whim? Yes, but I shall be with him.
Enough of gabbery, Friar. Let us go to Nottingham. How fare thee, Friar?
I'll fare better when I have ye safe and sound back home in Sherwood.
Have done with your namby-pamby whimpering. All will be well. And when we return, I shall have first prize to keep us company.
Art still so certain that he will come, Lord Sheriff?
I never fear, and he will think to disguise himself. But naught can disguise his wizardry with the bow, Gisborne, and that is how we shall take him.
That one is not the outlaw.
Patience, men. Patience.
Next shooter! Name?
Rob Green of Lincolnshire.
Rob Green of Lincolnshire!
'Tis Robin, if I am not mad.
Softly, Gisborne. We cannot yet be sure.
My hopes be with you, my son. Handsomely done, Rob!
'Tis he!
Aye, we have him.
My shooting
Lad, I warned thee. Oh, for a dozen of our stout greenwood lads. Needs must I get back to Sherwood Forest and round up our men to come rescue Robin.
This man is a proscribed outlaw, and his head is forfeit for his killing of the king's deer, to say nothing of his robberies and depredations. Take him to the dungeons.
Dear God, protect him, I prithee.
And what of my prize, Sheriff? I split the willow target 5 times running.
You'll have your prize, Robin Hood, as soon as the hangman can build your gallows.
A stroke of genius, my lord, to hang the outlaw on Fair Day.
One must entertain the yeoman, Gisborne.
Not even the bear-baiting or dog-fights will draw such crowds.
What measures have you taken to keep the outlaw's men away?
I have doubled the normal number of guards. Not so much as a strange flea could get through them.
I say we storm the castle walls.
With our pitiful handful, Little John? That is what the sheriff would hope that we would do. Then he'd not only have Robin, but he'd have all of us.
But what else is left?
I know not.
So, 2 days hence our beloved Robin will swing, and we shall sit and do nothing.
I did not say that, my giant friend. I have not slept this past 7 nights thinking what to do.
Someone comes.
Tis but naught that butcher holding a cart loaded beef.
Let him pass unmolested. He must be on his way to the fair to sell the meat.
This butcher, they will pass him through the gates?
Aye? Why do you ask?
Because this may be the hand of Providence, John.
I begin to see, good Friar. Halt!
Mercy! Mercy!
You've given me a fair price for me meat, I'll say that. To think that Robin Hood's men would give me gold rather than take it.
You've heard old wives' tales about us, Butcher. We treat no man unfairly.
What will you do with it? Sherwood Forest is full of stag and wild cattle, is it not?
Oh, yes. Well, perhaps we can sell it to an old friend in Nottingham Town.
Good Friar, I pray your plan may work.
I, too. We can do no more than try.
There is more we can do. We can stealthily work our way to Gisborne's quarters once we are in Nottingham Town, and...
Gisborne, my giant friend? Why?
Yes, why? Shall the wretch who betrayed our Rob go unscathed?
Nay, my large one, no. He shall not.
Then?
But you have the wrong wretch. This is the High Sheriff's work.
Then let my hands get hold of him.
No. No, John. This is no time for rashness.
Think not to take me unaware, outlaw. And there are more men within sound of my voice if needed.
Fear not, Sir Craven. The two with you should be sufficient.
Knowest what tomorrow is, Robin Hood?
All days are alike in my prison.
'Tis Nottingham Fair Day. Thou knowest what the biggest show at the fair will be?
Aye, my hanging. 'Tis sorry I am to spoil your pleasure, Gisborne.
'Tis not spoil, Crowsbait. The pleasure will come as I watch you dangle, legs a-sprawl.
Thou hadst better call more men, Gisborne.
Any last wishes, outlaw? 'Tis the custom.
One, Sir Craven. Only one.
Name it. And it be within my power, I shall grant it.
You have it within your power. 10 minutes alone with you. 'Tis all I crave.
Would I could but oblige thee. Alas, a knight may not soil his blade upon such as you.
I spoke not of blades, Sir Coward, nor knives. Our own 2 hands.
Thy days alone have addled thy wits. I can waste no more time on thee.
Brave words I gave that churl. Would I felt them in mine heart as well. Marion!
Shh! Softly, Rob. Softly.
Would I could tear these iron bars out with my bare hands.
Robin, I must be brief or be found here. Know you that they are building gallows in the castle courtyard?
Nay, lass, you forget. I am a dangerous prisoner and may not be allowed a window to see out of.
Oh, jest not with me, Robin Fitzooth. My guardian, the High Sheriff, is your sworn enemy. For whom else would he be preparing the gallows?
I know not my own true love. Besides, there be murderers and other villains in this dungeon. The gallows are for one of them.
Art certain, my Robin?
Grieve not for me, lass. Thou knowest the people of the Shire are my friends.
'Tis true. Oh, thou hast given me hope, Robin.
Go now and pray for me.
I shall, my beloved.
'Tis glad I am I was able to put Marion's mind at ease. I like this not. Would I were not so helpless.
Thank the saints we be at last in Nottingham.
We approach the gates, and keep your eyes fixed upon the ground, as befits your lowly station.
And you, Friar, head butcher?
Fear not. Never have the guard seen such a humble butcher. Nor I warrant such a stupid one.
Halt!
It is but a cart full of juicy beef we bring his lordship, your honor.
Cannot ye use the meat on fair day, your worship?
'Tis well. Pass in. Go directly to the castle kitchen.
Of course, your honor. Thank you, your honor.
Your meat is fair enough, though I've seen better. Your price, butcher?
Well, your worship, we are poor men.
None of your whining. Your price?
40 shillings for the lot?
40 shillings?
38.
Sold. Do you not move, butcher? I shall be back in a trice.
The bait has been cast. Does the fish bite, eh?
He is in earnest?
St. Anselm be my judge, my lord.
Lead me to him. A butcher who cheats himself is worth a look at. Me cook tells me you want 38 shillings for your cartload of meat.
Aye, the entire load, your great lordship. 'Tis not over much, is it?
Possibly not, good butcher, possibly not. At any rate, 'tis for the fair, and I cannot pinch pennies for that, can I?
Indeed not, your great lordship.
Tell me, butcher, do you sell all your meat for this price?
Well, we have only begun to sell our meat, great lord. Yes. My brother and I, we are herdsmen by trade, sir.
How came you to butchering, then?
The death of our father, noble lord. He left us with his herd of cattle, and we know not what to do with it. Yeah.
Oh, cattle. How many, sirrah?
Willem, yeah. Brother, you have counted the beasties. How many?
614, brother. 614,
your greatness. Where we come from are naught but poor farmers like us. And those beasties are about to eat us out of house and home. Could we but find some kind noble to take them off our hands, we would be eternally grateful, we would.
Well, I might find you such a benefactor, fellow. It depends on how much gold you would demand.
Would 20 pieces be too much to ask, your worship?
For the entire herd? Perhaps not, sirrah. I might be willing to buy them myself. Was there ever such an idiot, Gisborne?
It seems not, sir. But could he be lying?
About the number of cattle? Oh, very like. E'en so, what he has, I can pick up for next to nothing and add them to mine own herds. 38 shillings for a cartload that my cook tells me he would gladly pay 38 pounds for.
Where are the beasts, sir?
An hour's ride. I accompany the butcher at sunup.
Sounds. Courage, Rob. With God's help, we shall free you in time. Tuck, late of Fountains Abbey. The good friar. 'Tis impossible to help me, yet, for the first time, I feel hope.
You did not tell me we would be going through Sherwood Forest, butcher.
Yes, it is a shortcut, your lordship.
But is this not part of the forest frequented by the outlaw?
What outlaw, your worship?
What? Why, Robin Hood, thou fat fool!
Oh, Robin Hood. No, I know not, your greatness. He hath never bothered me, or my brother.
Never?
Nay, we hear he oppresses only the rich, to give to the poor.
Lies! All lies! The outlaw attacks without mercy, and the gold he steals for himself.
How much longer? How much longer?
Patience, little one. They will arrive when they arrive, and not one moment sooner.
Suppose our man fails to espy them.
Now, has he ever missed a likely prospect yet?
Nay, but this is different, and thou knowest it.
Oh, heard ye that horn, sirrah?
Aye, Lord. 'Tis from our farm. It will not be long now, Lord Sheriff.
Surely we should have had a glimpse of your herd ere now.
There be the herd, your worship.
Huh? The herd? Those are the king's deer. What nonsense is this?
The nonsense, my Lord Sheriff, is over. We are now in desperate earnest.
Robin Hood's men!
Aye, and ready to die for him if needs be, although we do prefer to live. And I am sure that you do too, my Lord Sheriff of Nottingham.
But I thought we came here to trade in cattle.
We have a different kind of trade in mind, my lord.
And what is that?
Your life, sire, in exchange for Robin Hood's.
Sir Guy of Gisborne, if you ever wish to see the Honorable High Sheriff of Nottingham again, you will release the prisoner Robin Hood unharmed, and you alone will accompany him to Sherwood Forest, where we shall conduct a trade, which will, I am sure, be to our mutual satisfaction. Your humble servant, the Butcher. That fool sheriff! I knew it was a lying trick. We'll see who gets the best of this bargain. Summon the captain of the guard and hurry.
Here they come.
Hold! Right there, Sir Gisborne. Release your prisoner. Step forward, Robin. You too, Your Honor. We have lived up to our bargain. We have kept our word. The next time, you may not be so fortunate.
Words of an outlaw band. After them! Kill the knaves!
Take cover! Sound the alarm! Take this for my father.
You poor fellows look tired.
A hungry fellow?
And this for your theft of my lands.
Calling you this leg of mutton.
And this for proscribing me outlaw.
In the tender, to your turn now.
The advantage is all theirs. Here we stay, we will be wiped out.
And this for your oppression of the poor.
We return to Nottingham, Gisborne, but there will be another day.
Over the bottom of Greenwood Road, baldy-diddly-daldy-dum. Over the bottom of Greenwood Road, baldy-dee, baldy-dum.
Come, my lad, and quench your thirst.
I fear my thirst is for more than ale, old friend. True, I escaped the hangman, good friar. But to what end? What of the return of my rightful lands? What of my marriage plans? What of my good name? Or am I to be a hunted animal for the rest of my life?
Nay, lad, lift up your head and your spirits. 'Tis no day so dark and gloomy that the morrow cannot shine forth brightly. You'll have your lands and your maid. Have faith.
By the king's authority, trusted in me as King's High Sheriff of Nottingham, I do now proclaim the marriage of my ward, the Maid Marian, to that noble and loyal knight, Sir Guy of Gisborne. This marriage to be consecrated by my Lord Bishop of Hereford, signed Sheriff of Nottingham.
The banns are posted, Gisborne.
Aye, my lord. In 2 months, Maid Marian will be mine.
And best of all, her lands and yours will join.
In that case, sir, only one loose thread remains. The capture of that rogue, Robin Hood. His passing will leave clear title to his father's lands to you.
That had, however, not occurred to me, Gisborne.
Naturally not, my lord.
I came by this bulletin in Nottingham, Robin. I think it might be of interest to you.
Guy of Gisborne? Never!
What is it, Robin?
'Tis the banns of Maid Marian's marriage to that churl, Guy of Gisborne. Well, I say she shall not marry him.
Let us hasten to Nottingham town, Rob. We'll bring the maid to Sherwood for ye.
No! Outnumbered as we are by 20 to 1, I shall go.
Alone, my son?
Aye, Friar, alone.
To walk right into the sheriff's open arms, Rob?
Nay, I did that once, not again.
Well, now, how do you propose to avoid it? Become invisible like some great magician?
Why not? As a good friar, you can weave a spell or two, I trust.
I can pray for God's intercession, and not more. As for evading the sheriff, oh, Robin, you will have to disguise yourself. Very well. Now, walk.
Walk?
Walk. Oh, just as I thought.
Too bold, is he not, Friar?
Too bold indeed. No, you must walk cringingly, Robin, as if fearful that any man's hand may be raised against you.
Like thus?
Oh, that's much better. Now remember, your head down, your hood well over your eyes, and carry the staff as if you needed it.
Mayhap I shall.
Yeah, but not to smite someone over the head with, lad. To walk with, to support your aging bones.
Peace, Friar, peace. Such mumbo-jumbo, you'd think I was a schoolboy again.
I hope but to see you here again safe and sound, my son. So, Godspeed.
Good fortune to ye.
Will, my lad, fetch my quarterstaff, for I fear Robin may need the stout arm of Friar Tuck before this day is through.
Hear me, girl. You will do as I say. I am your guardian. Do not forget that.
Mercy, sir, I cannot. In all things meet I shall obey, but not in this. Never will I wed with Guy of Gisborne.
You will marry with whomever I decide. So saith the law of the land.
There is a higher law, my Lord Sheriff.
Theology from a mere woman?
I cannot do what my heart tells me is wicked. And this is wicked. I belong to Rob Fitzooth.
The outlaw Robin Hood, as he is now known, will soon be caught and hanged. Do you wish to be a widow before you are a wife?
I'd rather be dead than be Gisborne's wife. So long as I live in your castle, this is my chamber. Please to leave it, sir.
Your hoity-toity manner impresses me not, girl. I will leave, have no fear. But you will not leave. Not until you come to your senses. Guard! You will stand guard outside this door. No one, do you understand, is to leave.
What do you here?
Your pardon, gracious lady, I have lost my way.
If you wish alms, perhaps I have a groat or two.
How kind you are, not like that villain, Robin Hood.
How dare you, old man? How dare you speak thus of the finest man in all Christendom?
Faith, lady, how can you sing my praises so dearly and forget me so quickly?
Robin. Oh, Rob. He means for me to wed with...
I know, lass, I know.
Take me with you to the greenwood, Robin.
'Tis why I'm here, my sweeting. Come.
Oh, the stairs will be guarded.
Stairs? Who spoke of stairs? We run for it, but as silent as the mice in the castle walls.
Halt! 'Tis the Lady Marian and Robin Hood!
Call Marian!
Not while you're in danger. Save yourself, Rob.
And you?
I shall be all right. Only go before it is too late.
Go now? Before you've tasted of our hospitality? Tarry, Sir Outlaw.
Gladly, Sir Lackey. Friar Tuck!
I felt the need of exercise. I got a mite rusty with the quarters down my lad. A man needs much practice to keep in form. Close the gate! You let him go! You had him in your hands and you let him go!
I did not let him. He fled. Like the caitiff knave he is.
I don't care what you call it. He's free again to do more damage. I will not rest until you and the girl are wed. I will get special dispensation from the bishop. There'll be no more waiting. You will be married this coming Whitsuntide.
And good day, your reverend lordship.
Good day to you, fellow. Do I know you?
Not as well as you shall speedily, my most reverend bishop.
Thou?
Robin Hood?
I am told some call me that.
And you have stopped me for a mass benediction for your band of honest foresters. Of course.
Of course.
Then step forward, me good fellow, and kneel.
Better yet, Master Bishop, come with us. 'Tis past uncomfortable kneeling here on the hard-packed highway. Little John, Will, take his reverence's nag and lead the party to the feast.
Friar Tuck, here be someone for ye to talk to.
Oh, surely, yes. Oh, 'tis the Bishop of Hereford.
Aye, my good man. Pray, ask this Sir Robin Hood to let me go on me peaceful way.
Why? Oh, so he will, your reverence. But surely you do not object to dining with us here in the forest?
I confess I have gone without food since we set out this morning.
He could fast for a fortnight, and no one could tell.
Yeah. Oh, then sit you down and eat to your heart's content, Bishop.
By my faith, 'tis a repast worthy of a king. Good Sir Robin Hood, I have not had a better meal this year.
How much is it worth, my Lord Bishop?
You said I was your guest.
Paying guest, Sir Reverend?
We churchmen are not well paid. Is that not so, good Friar?
Oh, 'tis well known, your lordship. What then chinks so enticingly at your belt, eh?
Tithings for the church?
Exactly.
Fear not, good Bishop. We shall see to it that it all goes to the little church on the edge of the forest.
Art thou headed for Nottingham, your reverence?
I am. To marry the sheriff's ward, the maid Marion to Sir Guy of Gisborne.
'Twas not to be for a month or more.
'Twas moved forward with my special dispensation.
By heavens, I say no!
Softly, my son, softly. Mayhap the good bishop could help us in this our hour of need.
I?
We are all children of the church, and we are all entitled to your favors. Suppose, my lord bishop, you were too ill to perform this marriage ceremony. Well, how say you, my friends?
The robes were made for a bigger man.
But not a better one.
Do not drag that on the ground, I beseech thee.
Worry not, your lordship. I shall pamper it as if it were mine own.
I demand you set me free.
Oh, yes. In good time, your reverence. After the wedding. Well, let us be off.
Remember, what happened to Lucifer could happen to you, Bishop Tuck.
I shall not again forget my true place.
Sir, you may do with me what you will. I will not marry that villain Gisborne.
You'll enter a nunnery first, eh?
'Tis not what I'd expected to do with my life. But before wedding this man, I will retire from the world.
And what of your outlaw?
Robin Fitzooth will find another maid to wed.
Sooner or later, I shall catch and hang him. Unless, of course, unless you were to do my lawful bidding. In that case, I would promise Robin Hood a full pardon.
And return of his lands?
If our great king so decreed, yes.
You will do this if I marry Gisborne?
I will. I will e'en set me seal on parchment attesting to it. How say you, Marian? Will do my bidding?
But, sir, how rash of you to promise pardon. The knave richly merits hanging.
And shall hang Gisborne. A parchment can be burned or lost or torn up. As for me promise, it was obtained under duress. His reverence is late.
Contain yourself, my lord.
You're a cold fish, Gisborne. 'Tis your wedding, yet you act unconcerned.
Nay, my lord. Merely sure of the outcome. You have seen to that.
He comes! He comes!
My Lord Bishop, we are happily met this day.
Yes, Sheriff. I have a bad cold. Let's get on with it, hmm?
Of course, Your Reverence.
Tis a fair bride. Can she not smile?
She is shy, my lord.
Yes, highly proper. Very well. Now, who give us the bride?
I, my lord, her guardian.
Oh, 'tis well, 'tis well. Now, if there be anyone here who objects to this union, let him speak now or forever hold his peace.
I object.
'Tis Robin.
Robin Hood? Seize him!
There'll be no seizing this day, Sir Sheriff. Come, Marion.
Wait for me, Robin. And here are the robes and the headdress of his reverence. We shall return his body unharmed in good order. We hope.
Twas like a miracle to see you stand up in the church.
You can thank Friar Tuck. 'Twas his plan all the way. And now at last, you and I can wed.
No, Rob. Not now. I have defied my guardian and will continue to do so. But I cannot marry against his wishes.
But he'd never agree to your wedding me.
When good King Richard returns, he can be forced into agreeing.
Whenever that may be, if indeed it is to be at all.
Well, 'tis only temporary, my son. Do not forget. Any marriage without parental or guardian's permission is null and void.
But how much longer must we wait?
I cannot answer you, lad. But our good King Richard must return one day soon. And when he does, our noble Sheriff of Nottingham may find himself called to account for all his greed and villainy. Meanwhile, my children, you are safe in the greenwood with your friends around you. Think of tomorrow. 'Tis where your hope lies.
My Lord Sheriff, 'tis Prince John.
Your Highness, this is indeed a great honor. Your Highness is most welcome.
Where can we talk in private?
Oh, this way, Your Highness.
I tell you, Richard has left Calais and sailed for England. And he is disguised as a monk. I've heard of your famous outlaw of Sherwood Forest, Robin Hood. No doubt a desperate rogue.
The worst, sire.
Think your 1,000 gold pieces would be of interest to him? I'll pay the knave that and more. And he see to it that my noble half-brother never sits again upon the throne of England. Bring me this outlaw, this Robin, whatever of yours.
I'm afraid you have been misinformed, sire.
How so, Sirrah?
The rogue is Richard's man.
We dare not let the lion-hearted back on the throne.
Robin Hood is not the only man in England, sire. I myself may know of such a rogue whose cost is far less than that which you quoted.
Bring me Richard's head, and I'll make you Duke of Northumberland.
Ye know the king by sight. He will be disguised as a monk. Follow him. Somewhere, somehow, between the coast and London town, strike! Now be off with you!
Oh, it smells tasty. Who comes in knocking in the dark of night? Who?
We have come far, good Friar. Fain would we stop for food and drink and rest.
Welcome, enter, brother. Men call me Friar Tuck.
I have taken a vow. I may not yet give my name.
Well, as you wish, brother Nameless. You are all welcome to my rough fare. Be seated.
Good Friar, that was a wondrous stew.
Simple fare for simple folk.
We are in Sherwood Forest, are we not?
Aye, aye.
'Tis said the noted outlaw Robin Hood abides somewhere within. I would fain meet him.
Ooh, strange. Most travelers would prefer not to.
Surely he's not as bad as that?
I know not. I mind my own business. Excuse me, brother. I will bring more of that good brown ale.
Ah, brothers, isn't it good to be in England once more, to smell that fresh, invigorating air after the heat of those heathen climes? Oh.
It is he, King Richard. I've found me target.
Ah, yes, here we are, brothers. This should top off a simple meal.
You are most generous, Friar. I cannot leave without payment for your hospitality.
Nay, I cannot take gold for my poor charity, brother. And now I think on it, I do perhaps know the general direction in which one might seek out this dreadful outlaw. Hooded robbers, yeah.
Robin Hood.
Ah, yes. And after we all enjoy a good night's rest, I could, if you like, yes, show you the way.
Excellent. How much farther, Friar?
Oh, not far, brother, not far. Yes, we are near there.
Greetings, friend Tuck. I seem to have rid you of one of your less friendly followers.
Yes, so you have, Sir Forrester.
The fellow was after me. I give ye thanks, Sir Bowman. 'Twas masterful shooting.
An easy shot. Is an attempt on your life, then, a daily occurrence?
No man goes through life without enemies.
Perhaps he had learnt of all the gold you carry, brother.
In truth.
But we are on our way to see the Lord of Sherwood Forest.
Seek no further.
If you be he called Robert Hood.
Robin Hood.
Oh, Robert, yes, sir.
Wouldst join us for a feast, Sir Monk?
At what cost?
Why, very little. Merely what you have on your belt.
A meal fit for a king outlaw, if overly dear.
'Tis but gold.
Of which you must by now have an abundance.
Not so. But we have made certain there is less poverty hereabouts, less hunger, less unhappiness.
Is it so indeed? I shall be on my way.
Not so fast. Wouldst offer insult to our own true liege?
Prince John.
Nay, I mean our true king, our own lion-hearted Richard. Before ye leave this feast, brother, you will drink his health.
The king, God bless him. May he return to us safe and sound and reign many long and useful years.
The king! I thought you were leaving.
I have changed my mind, good Friar.
A miss! A miss! Take your punishment, Alan.
A fair blow, Friar.
Your turn, Robin, your turn.
Very well. I slipped.
It matters not. Pay the forfeit.
Pretty shooting, Robin Hood, but too late. Pay the forfeit.
Chastisement is good for the soul.
I am your leader.
Suppose I gave myself to be the friar's assistant.
To deal me the blow, you mean? Why, I see no harm in that.
Well, I do. The rules say I deliver all blows.
The rules you devised yourself, old friend.
Besides, I smite harder than any man.
How do you know? Hast never felt my arm, Friar.
Well, I am ready to feel it now, monk.
A contest, a contest!
Very well. Each of us will be allowed one blow. The winner will be the one to give Robin Hood his punishment.
Indeed, agreed. You first.
Nay, you first.
He is right. He is our guest, Friar.
Well,
My turn, I believe.
Smite and have done with it.
Our new champion!
Yeah, you hit passing hard.
So do you, Friar. And now, the punishment.
I allow no familiarity to a man who hides his face from me. Remove your hood, brother, and ye may buffet me.
Agreed.
It is Richard!
The king! The king!
I had had hoped to keep my identity secret for a time yet. But perhaps 'tis better this way, Robin Hood.
Your Majesty.
I had heard much of this desperate rogue. You do not appear such a rogue to me, Robin.
I am not, Your Majesty, or if I am, 'tis not of my will.
Your Majesty, may I speak?
A man with your powerful arm, I should fear not to let you.
Yeah, I beg your Majesty's pardon for the blow, and I know it was the king.
'Twas an honest blow which needs no apology. How liked you my buffet?
My head still spins, Your Majesty. Your Majesty, I have been with Robin since first he fled to Sherwood. He speaks the truth. He is no outlaw from choice. None of us is, Your Majesty. We have been driven to it.
By whom?
Your Majesty will remember Hugh Fitzooth.
My own loyal head forester? Of course. He is hale and hearty, I trust.
He is dead, Your Majesty. Hugh Fitzooth was my father.
Your father?
He is Rob Fitzooth, Your Majesty.
Now Robin Hood the outlaw. Why, he had broad lands and a good name.
Had indeed, Your Majesty. No longer. The Sheriff of Nottingham has seen to that.
The Sheriff?
Yes, Your Majesty. Prince John awarded the Fitzooth lands to the Sheriff.
Continue.
And there you have it, Your Majesty. With the Sheriff and Gisborne, his avowed enemies, and Prince John on their side, what chance has poor Robin had?
I would not have His Majesty think I beg for favors. I have naught to be ashamed of.
What of these you have robbed? No shame there, Robin Hood?
Nay, sire. We have kept not the gold for ourselves.
What of the royal gold thou hast stolen this eventide?
Your Majesty, we knew not who you were.
Keep it, keep it. Know ye what it means when men take the king's gold?
Aye, sir, it means they enter the king's service.
So it does. Art thou ready to enter my service, Robin Fitzooth?
I have never left it, sire.
And you others would still follow your Robin? A right heartwarming answer. Hear ye, I proclaim a general amnesty and the king's pardon for each and every one of you. Rise, freemen of Sherwood. Rise, soldiers of the king's own guard.
Your Majesty, there's one more matter, huh?
And this lovely lass?
I am the maid Marian, sire.
Ward to the High Sheriff of Nottingham?
The same, Your Majesty. But all that matters is that I am the beloved of Rob Fitzooth. Yet my guardian, who is Robin's enemy, will not permit our marriage. And I cannot marry without his consent.
Methinks we have a multitude of topics to discuss with my Sheriff of Nottingham.
Your Majesty, I like this not for you to enter Nottingham town alone.
But I am not alone. Have I not my king's own guard with me? Why, I was not half so well protected during my years on the Crusades.
If Your Majesty will permit, we will need stealth, not numbers, to get into the castle and apprehend Your Majesty's enemies.
Then let us waste no more time. To Nottingham.
So, your man who you swore could handle Richard has in turn been killed by someone else. You failed me. You are as undependable as all my other courtiers.
Be not downcast, sire. There will be more opportunities.
For what, fool? Once his people see Richard, my cause is lost. My dear brother is a popular man. Uncle John. Take care of that one.
With pleasure, Robin.
This one seems to be about your size, Will.
Aye, Robin. I'll only be a moment. A bugle, lad. You next, Robin. Oh, good Friar. Methinks you've gained a little weight. Next.
I must hence to London town. I can do nothing here. Action is what we need.
And action is what we wish to offer thee.
'Tis Robin Hood! Captain!
Guards! Seize the knaves! Put them to the swords!
Ah! Easier said than done! Have at the Merrie lads! Yes!
In the name of Prince John, Regent of England, I command you to lay down your arms and submit to my authority. As you say, Lord Sheriff.
I am your liege, lord, sirrah. Stand and surrender.
As you say, brave prince.
Richard!
The king!
You have not forgot me, eh?
Richard, the king! 'Tis Richard himself!
The king!
The king! The king!
Any last wishes, outlaw?
For crimes against the state, I now command that John, once known as Prince of England, be sent forth in dishonorable exile, never again to set foot on this blessed land. Now you.
Oh, spare me, your majesty!
You are to go hence. You will accompany the man once known as Prince John. If you are seen on English soil again, 'twill be your head. In your place as sheriff, I appoint the man now known as Little John. But before you go, you will give your consent to the marriage of your ward to Robin Fitzooth. Let the great hall be prepared for a wedding. Kneel Robin Fitzooth, known as Robin Hood the Outlaw. Rise, Robin, Earl of Huntingdon and Baron of Locksley.
And thus, our pair of lovers began their wedded lives. And ye may know full well, they lived happily ever after. Ho, 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 ho! And so will I, as long as this delectable wedding feast lasts. Ah, no. Oh,